The mark of a legend, a true giant of a sport, may be best illustrated when their path to the mountaintop is accompanied by constant scrutiny. Expectations of others can add to the challenges of a career, and sometimes they are impossible to attain. For former Cowgirl Jaime Foutch, there was no sneaking up on the world. As a prep player, she was a star softball player. And as a collegian, she was a superstar softball player. Almost from the beginning, she seemed destined for her arrival tonight in the OSU Athletics Hall of Honor.
I saw Jaime early on, probably in her high school career, and noticed that she was ahead of other kids her age as far as her strength and her size and her hitting abilities in particular. She was the complete package that we were looking for, and even though she was young.
How much of a can't-miss prospect was Jaime Foutch? She was chosen to play on a team of 18-year-olds when she was just 13. She led that team in hitting, batting .700 according to the Oklahoman. She led Edmond Memorial to a softball state championship and was a high school All-American. Many observers thought she would be a star at Oklahoma State, and many observers were right. As a freshman, she led the Cowgirls in home runs and RBIs. She was a first-team All-Big 12 selection, the Big 12 Freshman of the Year, and a third-team All-American. And she was just getting started.
I think her skills were good as a freshman, and sometimes as a coach, that's a little scary. Because sometimes if they're successful as a freshman, as an All-American, etc., sometimes things go south a little bit after that. But she continued for the next 3 years to do really well.
As a sophomore, Jaime hit .391. As a junior, she hit .409, and as a senior, she hit .410. And in each of those seasons, she led Oklahoma State in virtually every offensive category. She was a 4-time All-Big 12 selection and became OSU softball's first 3-time All-American, earning those awards as both an outfielder and a first baseman. Jaime remains the only Cowgirl to lead OSU in home runs each of her 4 seasons and was the first OSU player to drive in 50 runs in a season. And her skill level added to an aura about her that others couldn't ignore.
Honestly, her mechanics were spot on. But I think it was that she got into pitchers' heads. And her presence at the plate was an automatic, oh crap, Jaime Foutch is standing at the plate in front of me type of thing. Luckily, I had a front row seat from the on-deck circle because I batted right behind her. She batted 3 and I batted 4. So I got to see firsthand what those pitchers looked like when she stepped into the box. And I think just her presence really brought a fear into those pitchers having to throw a ball by her.
And, she projected dominance in the box. So as a hitter, as a pitcher, you're looking at someone like that, it's like, what do I throw, right? She's good low in, she's good high out. It's really hard. And so unless you really want to just walk her and work around her, you've got to give her something. And she usually would make them pay.
She made everyone pay for 4 years. Jaime left OSU as the program's all-time leader in hits, RBIs, doubles, home runs, and total bases. She was an offensive powerhouse at a time when college softball was still thoroughly and completely dominated by pitchers.
And that goes back to all the little things that make a good hitter, right? You got to put a good swing on a good pitch, right? You got to have great pitch selection. You got to be able to hit the changeup. You got to have quick hands and quick decision making. And I think, there was not a weakness in her swing.
OSU played in 3 NCAA tournaments during her time in Stillwater, and in 1998, OSU breezed through the regional played in Stillwater to advance to the 6th World Series in program history.
Well, she was very serious. She was a hard worker, but, off the field, she was a lot of fun, so she had a good balance to it. But she was very serious about the game, and it honestly made a lot of us better, especially myself.
I think being a competitor is not something you learn. It's innate. It's in you. She was in there to win it. And so her competitive spirit, I think, was very innate and a part of her nature.
When Jaime Foutch ended her Cowgirl career, OSU was the 10th winningest program in the nation, 5th nationally in NCAA tournament appearances, and 4th in Women's College World Series appearances. She did more than contribute to Cowgirl softball tradition. She helped elevate it to another level. Jaime left OSU and entered the world of professional softball, and in her first at-bat, she made history by hitting a home run. As a rookie, she led the league in home runs and runs batted in. Her reputation as a star preceded her in high school. Her reputation as a future star preceded her in college. And her reputation entering the professional ranks was validated in her first at-bat. There's a theme that connects the career of Jaime Foutch. It seems no one's expectations of her were misplaced. And by the way, those expectations were the same she had for herself. It was those expectations that have led her into the OSU Athletics Hall of Honor.